I should probably wait a day to make this video because my mind's pretty much a mess. I've been going through the piles of gameplay. I played the beta up until the very end, so all I can think about right now is gameplay and this nagging itch that I need to make a video about it. So I'm gonna make it, and hopefully it's not absolute garbage. So welcome guys to another video. I know the last one I made about week 1 was, I think, over 24 minutes long, and I apologize about that. If you had to sit through that, I am so sorry you had to hear me ramble for, if you sat there any amount longer than 4 minutes, I'm sorry about that. But hopefully this one I can keep much shorter because I'm not going to go in depth about really anything. It's going to be like a very general feels kind of thing. Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, the suppressor, it lowers muzzle velocity apparently, but still felt like a hit scan to me. So this is what it meant to me, and that and that and that. Or I'm not gonna compare weapons, saying like, this assault rifle, I feel like its sprint out speed was pretty good. This attachment made it better. Here's the no stock option on the LMG. I thought that improved, the what's it called, the raise time for the weapon out of sprint. The sprint out raise time tremendously, and it let me ADS this with this attachment, this quick draw attachment handle or whatever, so much quicker because of this combination of attachments. I'm not going to go into any of that because, first off, I'm not a technical or analytical kind of guy. I'm not too hot with the numbers, so I'm not going to get into any of that. It's going to be very general. I'm going to have categories and very general information, general feels, what I thought about it, and that's it. I'm going to keep it very short, hopefully. So first off, I'm going to talk about the pros, and in those pros, includes the improvements. So first off, Treyarch pretty much addressed the biggest issue I had with week 1, which was weapon level progression. My god, like week 1 was such a grind. For the little amount of time I had, the several hours I had a day, it was such a chore to try and level up the weapons. And I wasn't there for the alpha, so, I was just, going into it feet first, like expecting this. But, for the people in the alpha, it had to be even worse because, you had access to everything. And now you have to do this slow grind of, first off, when you use a gun, for the first time, at least in my experience, I would maybe get 3 attachments, maybe 4 on a really good game. If I had a really good game, I might get 4, but most often it'd be, 2 or 3 in the first game, and then, you might get 2 later on, and then maybe 1. If you had a really bad game, you'd get none. So, it was such a chore, and I think the highest level I got for a weapon was, I think it was the XM4, and I think I got to level 16, and that was using it a lot, and it felt like a grind. And if you don't have like day after day after day of just constant free time, there was no way you were gonna lock all the attachments for every single gun. There was absolutely no way. So what they did instead, and they went, way beyond this too, but what they did first is that they doubled the weapon XP. And so now I was getting, instead of 1 or 2, I was getting, 3 and 4 a match. But, they also doubled the player XP, which was also nice because, again, if you're from the alpha, this had to be like, you got everything taken from you. You can't use anything really when you jumped into the beta from the alpha for the first time. So it was nice to see that we were leveling up faster and faster and faster. I was getting, 2 levels, 3 levels a game. It was fantastic if I was really going off and getting a lot of kill streaks. So that was great to see, especially if you were, it was taken away and you couldn't join week 1. You didn't have a PS4, so you couldn't join week 1. And I hate that exclusive console garbage. I understand why companies do it. It's to give incentives to buy their console over someone else's, but it divides the community. So so just another added bonus for that double player XP is that, if you didn't get to play week 1, you could, catch up quickly in week 2. So that was really great to see. And then, on the weapon level side, they, Treyarch just pretty much just flipped over the table and said, fuck it, we're going to go all the way. So they just did an alpha and they made all the weapons max level. And that was fantastic to see. I could finally use the grips. I could use the the handles. I could use the magazine attachments. I could use the stocks. I could use all the stuff I wanted to use but couldn't because I didn't have the proper level. So that was amazing to see. I was pretty much changing my weapon custom class setups pretty much every game, if not every other game. I was just trying something new here, trying something new there. I was trying the LMGs, I was trying the tactical rifles, I was trying the SMGs, I was trying, I tried all the assault rifles because like I could finally, move on from my precious AK and like, maybe the QBZ is good with this, or maybe the Krig's good with this. And I was just trying stuff out, exploring the game, which is, what I wanted in the beta, like having the opportunity to explore what the beta has to offer to, give me some idea of what I'm going to get in the full game. And I got that completely in the beta, and I actually can't wait for the full game. Like, I had such a great experience in the beta, just getting gameplay on the maps that I wanted to play on, and I'll get into that later in the cons, but, you know, I was having so much fun just getting gameplays left and right. I didn't get all the gameplays I wanted, because you guys saw yesterday, I might have choked my nuclear, so that was bad, but I did get 100 plus gameplay, so that was also nice. So, you know, I was just using attachment combinations on guns I would never have taken time to level up, so that was fantastic to see. So, you know, Treyarch, thank you for doing that. And then Treyarch just, you know, even gave us more gifts. What they did is that they extended the beta to Tuesday, you know, today, and that was amazing to see as well. Like, I couldn't believe it when I saw that. Like, you know, for me, who works on the weekends, and, you know, other people work on the weekends too, so, you know, for us, we don't have that kind of time to just, you know, play, you know, from morning to evening and just, you know, enjoy the beta. So, you know, Treyarch just going and doing that, you know, it was fantastic for those of us who, you know, might have Monday off and, you know, had another full day to play. And for me, you know, to record gameplay, that was amazing. Like, I got gameplays on Monday that I would probably not have gotten if they didn't extend the beta. So, you know, Treyarch, thank you for that. Like, that was just icing on the cake for everything else. But they also reduced the values for the upper tier score streaks. I need to relook at that. But, you know, the Chopper Gunner, for example, they lowered it from 8,000 to 5,000. You know, that's just one example. So, you know, that was great. Like, I was actually able to get my streaks. Like, it was finally good to see that, you know, if you didn't have to, like, play, and, you know, if you played really well, you might get one. But, you know, for me, I had a couple games where I actually got double Chopper Gunners, or had the potential to get double Chopper Gunners. So, you know, that was great. Like, I do hope they keep these lower values. I wouldn't hold my breath though, because, you know, again, this is a beta. Like, they could change things on the go. And, you know, this is one of the things where, you know, I know it's not going to change. You know, I do still wish that the score streaks were the normal. You know, you get them or you don't. If you die, then you lose your streak. And, you know, the Chopper Gunner, instead of being 5,000, like, hey, it's like 1,600 or 1,700, you know, like a VTOL, or what was it called, the Gunship or whatever. You know, it's just, you know, it's up there. Or, you know, like I think the Swarm was 1,700 in BO2. You know, it's the highest tier streak, but, you know, once you get it, you know, it tears face. So, you know, it's worth that grind to get it and playing, you know, with the adrenaline going. But, you know, I don't think that's gonna change. So I'm just gonna accept it and move on. But, you know, I do like that they lowered the values for some of them. So, you know, Treyarch, thanks for that. I also felt that the time to kill was, you know, good. Like, I love having the health bar. Like, I don't know anyone else's opinions on that, but, you know, for me, I like knowing, like, how much health the enemy has, and so, you know, I can, you know, move on to the next target. Because, you know, if you guys don't know, I play solo, I don't play with anyone, so it's usually me bumping into more than one person. So it's nice to know when I can, you know, stop shooting at someone and move on to the next one. And the sound effect is fantastic for when you get a kill. It makes this, like, very audible, like, is it like the sound of metal hitting something? But it's very, very distinct, and you know when you've gotten a kill. And I love that, you know, it's just in your ears, and it lets you know immediately that you got the kill, so I can, you know, change weapons or, you know, move on to the next person. Like, I love that, because I do love, I don't know what it's called, but, like, you know, when you get the kill and you immediately stop shooting, like, if you can time it perfectly, it's really good. It helps you conserve ammo, especially, like, if you're on a spree and you don't have time to reload. You know, for me, as a pub stomper, those little things just really do add up. So again, like the time to kill, you know, like the sound effect, it just, you know, all these little things add up. And, you know, the guns just in general, I'm not going to get into any in-depth analysis again. The guns felt great. Like, they all felt good. I didn't use all of them because, of course, you guys don't see any sniper gameplay. I don't snipe, I rush. I'm a pub stomper, you know, I like going into the action immediately. I don't like sitting back, or, you know, I don't like quick scoping either, because I don't like it when it's done to me. I'm not gonna do it to anyone else unless as, you know, a practical joke. So there was no sniping for me, but, you know, every single gun felt good. Like, in the range that you should be using them, they felt great. The SMGs, the tactical rifles, the shotguns, the ARs, you know, did I miss one? The LMGs, like, they all felt good. Like, I used pretty much all of them. There were some I didn't use, like, I didn't use the, whatever the burst SMG is, I don't know what that one's called. And I didn't really use the, what was it called? Is it the Type 63, like the semi-auto? Like, I didn't really use those. But, you know, when I died to them or got in gunfights with them, like, I accepted, like, yeah, you know, that was in the gun's acceptable range. I lost that for a reason. Like, everything it didn't feel unfair when I died or when I got a kill. Like, I got that kill for a reason. I died to that player for a reason. Like, it felt good to me. So that was just my personal opinion. It's not like instant death like Modern Warfare, so if you're into instant death, you know, this game may not be good because you're gonna have to hold that trigger for a little bit longer. But for me, you know, I like that. Like, it extends the gunfight, and I like being in a gunfight in a video game. Like, it's fun. So again, that's my personal opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. You don't have to listen to really any of this, but yeah, I'm just giving my opinion. But anyways, the cons. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I can't do the maps. I can't do a lot of the maps. It's still mostly gonna be Cartel. Like, guys, I tried to play the other maps, I really did, but I can't play them. Like, they're so slow, it's so boring, honestly. Like, if you don't snipe, the bigger maps are just very, very boring. Like, either the game draws out into this long stalemate if no one tries to push the center, because of course if it's just you pushing the center, that's pretty much suicide. So as soon as someone locks it down, it's either going to take like a what's it called, a joint rush to get them out, or it's going to be like this constant camp fest of who has the better vantage point and who has, the better shot, and it's just these people sitting in windows and head glitching and trying to pick each other off. Like, it's not fun. Like, especially on Crossroads, like if you go down the middle, good luck. Like, you're gonna get picked off immediately, which happened to me a ton. It was, it was having to restart over and over again. Like, especially if you were playing Assault and you're spawning in the middle and there's just some guys with sniper rifles just waiting for you to peek out, and then they just snipe you. Like, and you just keep spawning there over and over and over again. Like, if you push their flag at least one position back, you just keep spawning in the center over and over and over again. And I died so many times on Crossroads just because of that lousy spawn. Like, you didn't spawn on the side, you didn't spawn like, on the far left, you spawned in the middle or like close to the middle or like, towards the back where the machine guns are. Like, again, like, you're pretty much still out in the open for snipers to shoot you. So Crossroads is still probably my least favorite map next to Satellite because of, the sniping. Like, it's just people waiting for you to peek and then you die. And for me as a rusher, like, it's not fun. And then, even when I do flank on, Crossroads, as soon as I get there and I die, I have to restart all the way back in the map and try to sneak all the way back around them to try and, get in the action again or get them out of their camping spots. And that takes like 30 seconds to a minute. Like, I'm wasting time here. Like, I want to be in the game, in the action, but I have to waste time getting all the way around them to, kick them out of their little camping nests. Like, it's not fun. So, Armada and Crossroads, those are still bad maps for me. So I'm sorry that Cartel is really the only thing I have to offer you guys. I don't know, like the 12v12 is just my thing. Like, I should include it in the pros. But, I do like the 12v12. The 32v32 ground war in MW is just a little bit too big for me. And again, it has the same issues as like Crossroads and, Armada, where, everyone just kind of camps here and there and they have sniper rifles and I don't. So I die a lot, and it's not fun. So I do like the smaller maps. I do like the smaller teams that, kind of controls the chaos a little bit. So, that should be in pros, but, that I like that. So it's just going to be here randomly. And, I can't really say anything about skill-based matchmaking. What I can say, though, is that I do think there is team balancing. Like, I'd have some matches, and then I would get put on the, what I would call the worst team, where, they don't play the objective, they don't go positive, and they lose pretty badly, and I'm really one of the only people that go positive. I have had those games before, so I'm not going to say there isn't any kind of matchmaking, because of course has to be some sort of matchmaking in there, but I can't vouch for skill-based matchmaking. But I will say, based on my feels, there could be like team balancing based on your performance in past games. I do think that's a very big possibility based on my personal opinion. So again, take it with a grain of salt. It's not, it's not a surefire thing, but I will say that, the games where, I did really, really well, like I almost dropped a nuclear. I went, I got 111 kills in one. I went 70-5, 50-2. What was the other one? 44-6, like all these games. And then I did some lobby surfing right after that, and I got a pretty decent spread of players every single time I did that. Like, I got some single digits. Of course, I got like, max level 40s like me. But, I did that after every single time I got a good game. I would do some lobby surfing, and, don't take my word for it. I didn't actually play them, so don't take my word for it. But, of course, because I didn't want to, how should I say this? It's not really tainting the results, but, I didn't want to play another game and, mess up, my performance, if I didn't get a good game that game. It's like, well, I can't really say that I had a good game and then, found, some noobs maybe, or some casual players. So I just kept, whenever I had a good game, I would just do some lobby surfing, and I got a good spread of players. So personally, I can't say there is strong skill-based matchmaking, just maybe team balancing, if it's there. That's just my personal opinion, my one-person experience. So, that's it really. And internet connection, I had a few more in the beta. That could just be my crappy internet, but I did have, a few internet connection issues when I was recording. So, I'd have some lag, or, I would say like, network connection issue, or what did it say, like internet connection, like that thing where it shows the Ethernet cable like coming out and in, like the error on your screen. So I did have that. I didn't have any blue screens. I didn't have any, getting kicked out of a game or, errors. I didn't have any of that stuff, where the app closed. So, I did have a few more in the second week of the beta. I didn't have any in week 1. So, I don't know if that's just my internet or if it's the game, but there were a few internet connections. But overall, like, it was fantastic for me. Like, I was getting gameplay left and right. I didn't really get interrupted at all. I didn't get kicked from any games. I just had, little spikes of lag or like little bits of internet connection issues, but nothing huge. So, that's pretty much my 2 cents, guys. Oh God, it's over 15 minutes. I'm sorry. I tried to keep it shorter. Ah, man, only by 9 minutes. Oh, Jesus. But anyways, yeah, guys. So that's basically my feels of what happened. The game feels great. I can't wait for the full game. The beta was awesome. I did get some great gameplay. It's all unfortunately on Cartel because of, I like small maps. So I apologize if you're getting really tired of that map, but I love it. That's actually one of my favorite maps. Like, I was hating on it before because of all the shrubbery and, all the cover and whatnot. Like, I can't see a damn thing, but, I learned to use the shrubs to my advantage, like to hide in them and whatnot. So it's interesting. It offers a dynamic. You have to use, if you have a headset, use it on that map because you can hear footsteps if they're not using Ninja, and you can kind of really pinpoint where they are, like in the shrubs. So you can kind of, like find them in there. They don't know you're there, but you can kind of feel like if they're there. If they don't have a headset, they don't know you're like right next to them, but you can kind of find them. It's kind of like a hide and seek kind of thing, in the middle of your game. And I don't know. I guess I kind of like that. But anyways, yeah, guys. Thank you so much for watching this unnecessarily long video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah, those are my thoughts, and hopefully you guys had a great time during the beta. I of course did. It was fantastic. So hopefully, again, you guys did too. And like always, guys, have an awesome day. I'll see you all in the next one.